We've got 376 acres on the Cliveden site, which includes our tenant, that's the hotel. Formal gardens and woodland mixed. Sat here right by the Thames, 172 steps walking down to it from the house itself. So geographically, it's in a really beautiful location. We get about 500,000 visitors a year coming through the gates. So we're one of the busier National Trust sites. The majority of our visitors will come, they'll park in the car park, in the main car park here, and kind of wander down to the house, and there's then the parterre, which is the kind of formal lawn area out the back of the hotel, which has beautiful sweeping views across the Thames Valley. But there's so many more hidden gems right across the large site, and what this does is it allows us to take our visitors to those more kind of remote and quieter parts of the estate. We have an amazing volunteer who volunteers here looking specifically at how we make the site as accessible as possible for as many people as possible. And she worked with our welcome assistant manager, Peter, and they were basically looking at what vehicle we could source that would make the site as accessible as possible. They said, well, you know, the most interesting thing that we've come across, because Transport for London have kind of come up with this criteria that's making a vehicle as accessible as possible, the most accessible thing you'll find is the equivalent of a London cab. And that sparked in me a kind of, right, okay, well that's what we need then, isn't it? The more ways that we can get people from one part of the site to the other in a stylish and an interesting fashion, the better. And I guess the icing on the cake is, you know, the iconic design of the vehicle sits very well with the iconic design of our estate. It just seemed the most accessible, the wheelchair ramp, the braille inside, all of those options seemed absolutely perfect in terms of maximum accessibility. The roof is amazing. It gives a really nice open feel for the customer sat in the back. But the other thing being the National Trust, of course, is the sustainability. The fact that it's built here in this country, the fact that it runs on electric. We're really interested in the fact that it will have a life after Cliveden. You know, we're doing a minimal mileage compared to what these are designed for. We're doing about 10,000 miles a year maximum. So really, we'll just have run it in. By the time Cliveden is finished with this vehicle, we'll just about have run it in, and some lucky cabbie will be able to take it off our hands and give it another life beyond what Cliveden. So it ticks so many sustainability boxes as well as accessibility boxes for us. The staff team are very excited because they see how it solves the problems that we have in terms of accessibility and sustainability. But I think we have 380 volunteers here. The site just couldn't run without them. And I know that those volunteers are excited about jumping in this vehicle. You know, it's so iconic. They can't wait to get behind the steering wheel and actually be driving this around the site.
It'll allow more people to come here who haven't been able to in the past. Should make the whole life a lot easier for them and for us, carrying them around and getting them in and out. Much more like a car to drive, very good turning circle, very good reversing camera compared to our other one, which is very important with all the people wandering around here that I don't reverse into anyone. And certainly more comfortable to drive, better than my car. I'll swap it and take theirs home any day. Good vehicle all round, it seems to me. Looking forward to it.
Pretty easy. I've never driven a taxi before, but now I know what it's like. It's straightforward. It's a car that's a bit bigger but with a much tighter turning circle, so it's quite fun. I've seen a lot of visitors looking at it as I've been driving around today, and they seem to be quite impressed with the appearance of it. It's a nice bright white colour. It's got that livery on the side. It's going to make a good impression. It's going to be an asset to the estate.
Easter is our really busy time. We absolutely peak in terms of visitor numbers at Easter. So the question was, could we get the vehicle here in time for Easter? I can't believe that all the stops have been pulled out to enable us to get this here with its livery all ready to go in the time that we have. The fact that we've managed to do this is, I think, high praise for everyone involved in that. I can't praise LEVC enough. It's been so easy. Quick Google, straight to the website, whacked an email across, straight in touch, and the conversation opened straight away about what we needed and why we needed it. I think within a week we had a vehicle here on site to show us what we were talking about, which I think really helped win hearts and minds of the team. I think the minute people saw it here and kind of got the concept of what it would add to the estate, people were sold on it. And yeah, then in order to turn it round in time for our busy Easter period, it's just been amazing. Really clear communication and hard work from everyone to make it happen in the timescale.